Let's talk about why you keep starting over. Let's talk about what are the things that we're doing in our lives that makes us keep starting over with our goals, with our healthy lifestyle goals, with our fitness goals, with any type of goals that we have. Why do we keep starting over? And how do you stop that? How do you stop that cycle? So I want to talk about that in today's video. So welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and I make videos about yoga, fitness, nutrition, and mindset, all rooted in yoga philosophy. We're not super woo-woo here. We just take some philosophies out of yoga and apply it to living a healthy lifestyle. And so what I wanted to do today is let's talk about why we keep starting over on our goals and how do you stop that? How do you break that cycle? So if you feel like every Monday is a new diet, every Sunday night, you're like, okay, this is the week. This is when I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick to my nutrition plan. I'm going to stick to going to the gym. I'm going to live this new healthy lifestyle. And, Sunday night, we're like, we're going to do it. And Monday morning, we're like, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. It's a this time I'm serious moment. And we fall off by Wednesday, fall off by Thursday, certainly by Friday. Um, and just know you're not broken. Nobody's broken. You're not broken. You're just stuck in a pattern that's not built for your life. Okay. For real life. It's not built for your life. So where this comes from, where does this sort of having to start over all the time come from? And I believe that it comes from this all or nothing mindset that a lot of us have. Many of us are type A personalities, very organized, very sometimes perfectionists, and really, just kind of like, this is how things are going to get done. And when they don't get done, it's kind of like, well, oh, well, it's all in the garbage anyways, so why not, right? And I think that there's this all or nothing mindset that we start to apply towards a healthy lifestyle, towards fitness, towards nutrition, and it's not healthy. It's certainly not healthy. And we have to understand that we want to make progress in life, that there's going to be times where, we're not going to be perfect. We're certainly not going to be perfect all the time. Life is going to get messy. It always does. And you don't want to just toss the whole thing out when life gets messy, because it does. Okay. So you don't need to be perfect to make progress, so that when life does get messy, you're not tossing everything out the window. Okay. So make sure that you are aware that maybe this is how you're approaching things. Okay. That maybe you're approaching things with this all or nothing mindset. And so how do you fix that? And I think that having this mindset shift around understanding that consistency is better than perfection. Okay. So consistency and small actionable steps over time is certainly better than perfection. This allows you to create a flexible, a sustainable rhythm. It's not these rigid rules. It's the sustainable rhythm through life that you can actually adhere to. You can actually do it. Okay. And so when we think about changing that mindset from all or nothing, I got to be perfect, I got to do everything right, and if I do one thing wrong, we're tossing it all out the window. It's really more, okay, I had a little bit of a setback, or this meal wasn't super perfect, or I missed a workout today, or whatever it might be. We get back on the horn. We get back on the saddle. We get back onto it right away. Okay. So I think having this understanding that consistency over perfection wins 100% of the time, and not having these rigid rules. These rigid rules, there's a lot of people on the internet preaching, that you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do this and you have to do that. And maybe that works for some people. It certainly doesn't work for me. It probably doesn't work for you either if you're watching this video, if you were attracted to coming and watching this video. And I want to share with you where I think yoga philosophy comes in here. Now, I'd like to talk about healthy lifestyle in the context of yoga philosophy. We're not super woo-woo or anything. I certainly practice yoga. You can come and practice yoga with me over Zoom if you would like. I'll leave a link to sign up for that if you want to. That'll be in the description. But I think this is where yoga philosophy comes in here. And the concept of ahimsa reminds you to approach your body with compassion and not criticism, that we're not going to speak negatively to ourselves, that think about the things that are going on in your head. Think about the things that you're telling yourself. Like, would you ever say that to another human being? Probably not. Like, would you talk to your best friend that way? Would you talk to your sister that way? Would you talk to your mom? Would you talk to these people this way? Think about how you're talking to yourself and having compassion. And if you feel like you totally messed up, which you didn't, life, that's what happens. If you're having this sort of feeling, it's like, okay, yeah, this happened. We're going to move on. We're going to get right back at it and we're going to move on. Okay. So I think somebody gave me this example once a long time ago when I was first getting started in like fitness and nutrition. This was like well over 20 years ago. This is before I was even practicing yoga. And somebody said to me, like, if say you're loading up your dishwasher with dirty dishes, doesn't matter, or you're putting away the clean dishes, doesn't matter, and you drop a dish and it breaks. It shatters all over the floor. And you're like, oh crap, this just happened. Oh my God, right? Are you going to like start pulling all of the other dishes out of the dishwasher or out of the cupboard and just start throwing them on the ground and being like, well, I broke one, might as well break them all, right? Like, you're not going to do that, okay? So I think that when we think about, sort of falling off the wagon, it's important that you approach it with compassion, not criticism, okay? And just understand life is messy. This is the way it is. We just move on. We move on, okay? And tapas teaches us consistent effort. It's this idea of self-discipline and being consistent through our efforts. So it's not perfection, it's consistency. So it might mean, over time, maybe over a week, I want to get to the gym 4 times this week, but I only got there 3 times. But you know what? The average is I'm getting there 3 to 4 times a week. That's pretty good. It's not I'm going to go to the gym 4 times this week. I only made it 3. So next week, I'm just going to say, screw it, not go at all. Okay. It's no, we're making consistent effort every single day. Okay. We're not punishing ourselves. That's tapas. And svadhyaya is this idea of self-study and helps you learn what works for your body. Okay. There's none of this, not one size fits all. You can buy fitness plans, nutrition plans. I sell them on my website too. The idea here is like, let's help you figure out what works good for your body and customize it to work in your body, in your lifestyle, in your personality, and whatever you've got going on in your life. I can give you a plan to go to the gym 5 days a week, but if you're in a phase of life right now that you're just not going to go to the gym 5 days a week, it's not going to be realistic and you're going to feel frustrated. Okay. So if you can commit to 2 days a week going on a walk, that's where we start. Okay. So svadhyaya is this concept of learning what works for you, for your body, for your personality, and considering the phase of life that you're in. Okay. You might be in a phase of life that going to the gym 5 days a week isn't realistic. Okay. Maybe meal prepping might not be your thing. Totally okay. But understanding that about yourself. Okay. And coming up with strategies that helps you live this healthy lifestyle. All right. So the key here isn't to start over every single week. We're not starting over every single week. It's to start over smarter with grace and structure that actually fits your life. So let's just say something happened, life got messy. We're starting over smarter. We're starting over immediately. We're starting over right away. We're not waiting till the end of the week or the beginning of the next week or the next month or the next year. We're not waiting. It's grace. We just handle it with grace. It happened. We move on with our life. Okay. And so if this sounds like if this sounds like something that you're feeling and you're kind of resonating with this, I did create a free PDF. It's called Feel Like You Again. It's a free nutrition and meal planning guide that I have rooted in yoga philosophy. Again, it's not woo-woo. It's just talking about some of these things that I pull from yoga philosophy about bringing into your healthy lifestyle. So things like, how do you speak to yourself, and how are we going to put some strategies in place to use discipline when motivation starts waning? Things like that, okay? And so inside that document, you'll get some real world tools that will help you eat well. You'll learn how to put together a plate full of energizing food to fuel your energy and to just finally stop starting over, okay? Nothing is off limits. I made a video yesterday. I was like, I had cookies yesterday. Like, nothing's off limits. We just eat things in moderation and making sure that we're prioritizing protein, vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, things that really fuel your energy, but saving some space for, some things that you might really enjoy and being okay with it and not feeling guilty about it and moving on with life. Okay. So if you go to nutrition.sorellawellness.co, It's SORELLA, nutrition.sorellawellness.co. I'll have the link in the description for you as well. You can go there. You can download that guide. Again, it's called Feel Like You Again. It's a 22-page document that I've got all sorts of really good, helpful information in there about bridging nutrition, meal planning, along with some yoga philosophy. So there's no like yoga classes in there or anything where you're going to take a yoga class. But again, like I said, if you want to take a yoga class with me, I offer them over Zoom. And then also in person in Peoria, Arizona, if you're in Arizona. But you can certainly come practice with us as well. So click that link. I got the link for you in the description. Download it and just take that first step back to you.